I'm Sonia and I help people take their power back. If you're interested in working one-on-one with me and want me to call you on your BS, all my coaching information is in the description below. I also go live here on YouTube if you want to come ask me your questions, and be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Welcome to day 22 of Manifesting 101, where we are going to talk about that your feelings are not what manifests. I have spent this entire series, course, whatever the fuck you want to call it, talking about your thoughts and your perspective and how that is your true experience. Your feelings, your emotions are a manifestation of your thoughts. If you want to experience a different feeling in your body, just like if you want to experience something different outside of you, you change your thoughts. And I am telling you this from my experience over and over and over again. Jackson, I told you not to bark. Come here. Sorry about that. I spent over 3 years working with a coach that told me it was my feelings that manifested, that it was so important what you're feeling and all the bullshit. But you know, if you're sad and angry, that doesn't matter. That won't manifest. But you need to make yourself feel feelings that you're not feeling in order to get shit to change. And I will tell you, that is bullshit. It's bullshit. I have manifested through anger, through anxiety, through crying my fucking eyes out. I've done it all. Honestly. Feeling in my body like things were going to shit, but deciding in my head that they were working out perfectly, and it fucking worked. It worked every time for me, honestly, because I understand that it's my mindset and my perspective that is my experience. And that whatever I tell myself is true is true. I used to be such a fucking anxious disaster. I used to be so worried about my thoughts and like how I was feeling and what about this and what about that. And this was, you literally can tell yourself anything. I started telling myself I never get anxious. I never worry. I never doubt. I fully believe in the law. I only have positive thoughts and feelings. Only my positive thoughts manifest. You can literally tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself to start making yourself feel better. The repetition will start making yourself feel better. When I first found Sammy Ingram, who was the one who helped this shit click for me, she was the one that I had the light bulb moment with, her saying that everything is just your thoughts and like explaining some other shit. I like realized that the coach I had been working with was teaching me wrong, was coming from a very limited belief system and believing that your feelings are what manifests. If that's what you truly believe, then that is what you will experience. But if you are having a problem with the way that you feel your emotional feelings, I promise you that the only reason that they're keeping you from things changing is because that's what you tell yourself. Because whatever you tell yourself is true is true. When that happened, I was a fucking disaster area. And I desperately needed a job. So I went into my mindset. I'm getting a job in the next week. Part of why I did it was just to prove that my old coach was wrong. Honestly. I am going to prove that motherfucking bitch wrong. Because she's fucking wrong. I manifested 2 jobs in that week, one of which I wasn't fucking qualified for, but they gave it to me anyway. Because I decided that that's how shit was going to go, regardless of anything else, including how I felt, which was not good at that point. Your feelings don't manifest, but the more that you focus on that that's the thing keeping you from what you want, you're right. The more you focus on how you can't feel it, you're right. That you don't know if it's working, you're right. I want you to remember that your physical body is in the 3D. Your imagination, your mindset, your thoughts are your true reality. That is your experience. And it takes a minute for the 3D to catch up. Your body is in the 3D. Give it a second to catch up before you just decide it's not working. your feelings don't manifest. Stop worrying about them and giving them power. The thing I personally do, what works for me, is to just affirm through it. If I get upset or am crying or am angry, I just affirm through it. That was what I started doing. I had my safety net affirmation. Isn't it wonderful? Everything's perfect. And when I started to spiral and get anxious or whatever, feeling things that I didn't want to be feeling, I would go to that. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Everything's perfect. And it broke the cycle of me having to be fucking miserable all the time. Because I allowed shit to unfold and to change. And I wasn't stuck and latched on how my body felt and the emotions I was feeling and accepting that as something that was out of my control. Like I said, the shift may not be instant, but if you tell yourself that you're so happy, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, I'm so happy, you have to be proven right, just like with anything else. And if you sit there and tell yourself that your emotions are a problem, guess what? You're also right. Because you are always right. The law is always working, and there is nothing that is the exception to the law. Whatever you think is true is true. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.